All right. Well, that one felt better. Let's see if it actually took hold this time. Give me 1 second, gang. I need to make sure that everything's up and running for the stream. Oh, and we do. All right, well, live. That one felt better. All right. So we're live, gang. This will be a first of its kind on this channel, actually coming to you from my office because, man, I haven't been able to camp as much as I wanted to this year. It's been like 150 degrees here in Texas. Today, it's a whopping 76 degrees. That is unreal for almost January 1st. CDS Wild, what's up, Christian? How you doing, buddy? All right, in this stream tonight, what we're going to do, in fact, I'd like to get a little bit of your guys' opinion. A little bit ago, I streamed from at about 9 or 10 in the morning. We had quite a few people joining at that point in time. And so, and I'm going to repeat this later in the stream, but I want to find out, what's the right time for this audience? And, then we'll go from there, and maybe I'll do them earlier. I am definitely a night owl, so we'll have to wait and see, except for when I'm camping. So this stream is all going to be about, I've got multiple products, and I've had multiple comments in my stream about different products. So on one of them, so our first up, on one of them, I had some of these nylon strips. Now, what you use these for, it's already open. What you use these for is when you're out and about, you get a puncture in your tent or your jacket or something. And I had multiple rips and snags on like my puff. And these things are great. Look how thin they are. Now, I've made a video about these, and some of the content you're going to see tonight is kind of a prequel to what you're going to see in the future as well. Because, hey, what's up? Let's hear it for the toys. Shout. What you're going to see is some products that you might see in another video, because some of them are definitely worth mentioning twice, and I know I'm going to hit a greater audience on another video. However, I mentioned these in a previous video, and let me show you, just in case you didn't see it. You just kind of rip this backing off. Hold on. Oh man, these things can be tough. But you pull these off, and then you stick them to whatever it needs to be stuck to. So, for example, pull it off like that, and then it's fairly sticky. I would recommend heating it as well, and trying to get, just make sure it adheres good. You don't have to use an iron or anything. Like I said, they are sticky, but what you want to do is kind of put this over there. Obviously, the biggest comments I received were don't use square corners, kind of round them off with your scissors or blade. But one of the comments I got was, why not use, or that they always used tenacious tape. So what's the difference here? So I went out and bought some of this stuff, and take a look at it. So this is, again, this is called Tenacious Tape by Gear Aid. And here's what you get. So a roll about that big. And this, I want to say, was about $16. So I got one roll of tenacious tape, 16 bucks. Let's take a look at this. And, I probably need to be doing these lives or comment feedbacks more frequently. This was maybe 6 to 8 weeks ago where I got this comment. But if you look here, very similar. It feels almost identical. The stickiness on that one versus the stickiness of this one. I mean, very similar. This one might have a slight bit more, or it could be because I've had these sitting out in the garage for probably about 2 years now. This one feels slightly more tacky, but I did cut some off and put them on one of my jackets, and it held up about the same. Now, this is $16 just for that little guy. And this came with all of these. There's probably and I've used a few of them, but so you get all of these. You know, there's some blacks, golds, different colors in there, but I got probably 30 or 40 of these for like $12. So that's where I don't really know if I can say the one's better than the other. But I can say for the cost, you get way more of this than you do of this. And they're relatively the same. And I've had people ranting and raving about these. So your call. I'm not backing either product. All I know is I put some of this on my jacket and on my tent, or multiple tents, and it held up fine. So, your call. Let me put this back in here real quick. I like to keep my stuff at least a little bit organized. All right. So enough about the tape. Have you guys used any of the tape at all? Do you like the tape? And before we get to our next little product or whatever, I'm going to say, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's. New Year's is coming up. And do you guys have any big plans for that? Christian, what are you doing? Run amok! Yo! Good to see you, buddy. Glad you're here. And like always, we're gonna pray to the camping gods and say, where's our good buddy Cosby Fish at? I don't know if he's missed one of these yet. We'll see if this is a first. I'm trying to get him by switching up my times, but I think it's he's in Alaska now. So that might be like noon or something, maybe 1 p.m. So no clue what's going on with him. We'll see if we get him. All right. Next up. So I've got a box of goodies here. And basically I'm just going to go through this box of goodies. Some of the things I really feel like you could use during your next adventure. Some of the things maybe not. Maybe I'm going to ask you guys to, or let you guys know that you can steer clear of these. But this next one, I got this flashlight. Let's see how to turn it on. Okay, so it's got a little bit of, I mean, it's not horrible. It's got a little zoom feature, and you know, it can get a little bit bigger. And by the way, I've got my lighting turned down pretty low in my office, just kind of to set the mood a little bit here. So thought you guys would like it. If you guys need the lighting to change, let me know and I can brighten it up in here. What tape? I just got the notification for the live. Okay, let's go back to the tape real quick, and I apologize. So, in fact, hold on 1 second. I need to bring something else up. Okay, so back to the tape real quick. And my apologies for probably not starting off with the the welcoming. But I found this. So nylon tape off Amazon, and I posted a video about this previously. I had burnt a bunch of holes in my tent, and I repaired them with this stuff. I've also repaired my jacket, my puff jacket with these. You probably don't want to patch anything that's not nylon with these, but in here you get, an assortment of different colors and stuff. I will say I had this out in my garage for like probably a good 2 years and sitting in the elements. So some of them did get like some what do you call it, mold or something on there, but it's fabric. But in the comments to one of my videos, someone said, "Hey, I always use tenacious tape." So I went out and bought some. And this is made by Gear-Aid, and it's basically the same thing. So, and I'll show you again. I know, and sorry for the rest of you guys if you just saw this, but someone wanted to see what I was talking about. But it's a really thin nylon tape, and you use it to repair both your tents or jackets, maybe even shoes. But you just peel it back and pull it up. So then it's like that, right? And then this stuff is tacky, so it'll stick to whatever. It's not super duper strong. It's not like putting super glue on anything. But I will say I repaired a jacket, used that jacket a lot. Now, I'm not running it through the washing machine, but for a puff jacket, chances are you're not wanting to get them wet anyways, because they're not really going to work afterwards. I did get it wet a few times. I didn't get drenched, but the tape stayed. Now, again, I was using this stuff. Amazon, $16. And you get all of these. And the repair I used was probably, about a quarter, maybe a $50 size. So I could repair that same spot hundreds of times with this amount. I mean, this is literally, I don't want to count them right here, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 20, 30 to 40 different strips here. And, to be honest, it doesn't need to match exactly. I got a pretty good match on my jacket, but it doesn't have to. In fact, I'd probably do some other color because I think it kind of looks cool. However, I paid, I think, $16 for all of these. Now, again, the comment was, I always use tenacious tape, and so I bought some. And this one little strip here, I'm coming to the end of that, it's like $14 to $16 as well. So you decide. I'm not saying. They both feel about the same to me. So, what would you guys do? Personally, I'm going to keep going with the bulkier amount just because it seems to work fine for me. And, hopefully it'll work fine for you guys too. You just don't have to throw out your gear. And then the next one. So hopefully that answers your question, Run Amok. By the way, can you guys hear me okay? I got my mic kind of off to the side a little bit. So hopefully you guys can hear me. Let me know in the comments if not. And I know when I turn my head, maybe it's not as good. I can mic up next time if I need to. So, Aileen, calm down. The next one, I got this flashlight sent to me in the mail. Oh, tire patch? No, no, definitely not a tire patch. It's only jackets, tents, things like that. You're not patching a tire with that, buddy. All right. So moving on. This flashlight. This one's kind of a funny one. So regular old flashlight. I just kind of showed you guys, kind of, it's okay. It's also got a little lantern function. So on the side, you can like set it here and hands free, whatever. Um, Tell your ghost stories. But why am I bringing this flashlight up? This isn't even one of my good ones. So, oh, it even turns red. Look at that. We kind of get spooky up in here now. The reason I'm bringing this up is I love flashlights. I got a whole bunch more right here. These are my Olights, and what's this one? I don't even know what this one is. Oh, this is my Trustfire one. Those guys sent this to me. It's pretty nice as well. But the reason I brought this one up is it's a little bit bigger and heavier. It has absolutely no label on it anywhere. It doesn't say where it's from. And I don't know where it came from. This thing literally showed up on my porch with no affiliation, no no label, no one asking me to do a video on it. It literally just showed up. So if you're out there and watching this and you sent me a flashlight, thank you very much. I wish I could give a shout out, but yeah, I thought it was a little crazy that somebody sent me a flashlight without even telling me that they want me to do a video on it or anything. So that was kind of weird. And again, so but here's the funny thing. So in a future video, I've got a big giant battery that I'm doing a review on, and a company named Lifetime. Check them out. They've got some pretty good products, and they're like Bluetooth enabled and stuff. So they you can tell how much of a charge they've got and everything. But they sent me a battery along with a flashlight. Not identical, but very similar. However, this one says Lifetime on it. Thought that was kind of funny. I was actually wondering. Yeah, exactly. I thought that was weird. I was like, so somebody sent me a flashlight without anything. My first thought was, all right, because I have heard about this. This isn't me just being paranoid. My first thought was, all right, this battery's going to blow up and take me out. So I have heard about some products that, they're either chargeable or you plug them in or whatever, but they end up burning down the house because they blow up. So I thought maybe somebody didn't like my videos and was wanting to take me out. Yeah, sorry, can't let you know the brand on that one. All right. So this next one is more of a buyer beware. We're all kind of on Facebook. I'm sure most of you guys are too. And you're scrolling, you've got ads that are very focused in on you. And I'm sure the things for me are like, a lot of them are camping related, whatever. But I saw this one before I show it to you. Now, I will say this is probably my third product I've ordered off of Facebook, and usually I couldn't give it the best review because either the packaging comes damaged or it feels a little shoddy or whatever. So the products always on Facebook seem like they're great and tailored specifically to me, and then I usually fall for it. But so this next one, you guys know, I go camping a lot. I'm out in the dirt. I'm getting dirty, dirty up my tent. So maybe a little vacuum or air blower. Now this video, I wish, and I might, if you guys want to see, I'll make a video and I'll explain to you kind of why I got it, but it was showing this thing, blowing off the car from like 20 feet away and just moving a lot of air. And I figured it'd be great to be able to blow out my tents. I get tons of leaves and dirt and all sorts of stuff in there. So I get this thing in the mail. First of all, the package is kind of jacked up. It's got like I don't know if they hit it with the forklift or what, or if the pallet dropped. But I open it up, and it literally comes just like this. So there's no like tight fitting stuff or anything. I pull it out, and at this point, my excitement level is dropping. Here's the instructions that I cannot read. I know you guys are starting to laugh at me, so don't laugh at me too much. But here are the instructions. Oh, wait. Okay, I lied. I can read the instructions, but I probably can't read them anyways. But so I get this guy. I'm like, oh, okay. And comes with, so it's a vacuum and a blower. It's got like a little filter right here you can see for when you're using it in vacuum mode. However, I really wanted it for the blower feature. And so what I could do, hey, Alien, come here, buddy. Tell everybody what's up. Come here. Let me move that. Come here. Come here. He's getting camera shy. Come over here now. Tell everybody what's up. Hey, buddy. All right, that's enough. All right, back up. All right, so, but I really wanted it for the blower function. So, turn that around. Let me verify this. Yeah. Okay, so you turn it around and put maybe this nozzle on it. And I was thinking, okay, this thing is just gonna blow stuff around here. But here we go. You guys ready for this? We're gonna do the beard test, and as you can see, there's no like hairspray or anything in here. So here it goes. That's all I get. I was thinking this thing was gonna be able, because when you watch the video, they like take a keyboard, and it's not moving anything. I mean, I just saw like a speck of dirt on my desk blow away, but that was about it. Alien doesn't like it too much, but so just be careful when you're getting stuff. I'm not saying the Facebook ads are horrible, but I think I bought like 3 things from there, and I haven't had much luck. I'd love to hear if you guys have had luck and what you guys are getting, especially if they're outdoor or camping related. I'd love to see it. Okay, so Run Amok, I will do a video on this, maybe a shorter video, and I'll show what they showed and then how this actually works, because 2 very, I don't know if they had something with a turbo boost in it or something, but this thing, it's not the it's not the best. And like I said, look, it's barely moving my beard, and they were literally blowing like they might as well have been blowing their leaves down the street like a big giant blower. So, and then the vacuum on it, it's opposite of what you just saw that was hitting my beard. But that is kind of the mouth to the vacuum there, teeny tiny. Maybe you could pick up a cricket with it, or maybe you suck up a spider that's in the corner of your tent or something. Maybe you might really have to force it up against the ground to get it to pull that. So there's that. The next up, actually, I think I might do a giveaway. You know what? I wonder, and also in the future, if you guys like these types of this type of content, maybe I'll figure out something like graphics and stuff I can do with the stream here. Let me know what you guys think. Versus me out by the fire. I almost didn't want to do this, but I felt like I needed to give you guys some content. But again, it's 76 degrees outside. There's ticks and stuff all over the place where I go camping, so I didn't want to do that. However, I think for a giveaway, might need to give these bad boys away. GT Media keeps reaching out to me asking me if I'll do more videos, and these were the what are these? These were the night vision binoculars. They work fine. I wonder if you can even, let's see here. I wonder if I can show you guys what they look like. Ooh, everything's probably going to be too close, but let's see here. You can kind of see inside of them. It's basically a little TV screen in there, and that's awesome, man. I appreciate it. It's basically a little TV screen in there, and there's one in each eyeball, and then you've got your focus ring here for how close or far the stuff is, and then the one up here is really only to move your basically the monitor away from your face a little bit. Doesn't seem like it does anything with the focus of what you're trying to focus on. Now again, these are binoculars, so it's not like you could just wear these around your house and walk around like night vision goggles like what the military would use. These are binoculars, so you're going to be able to see across the street, out in the woods. You're going to be able to see dogs, cats, and whatever, and they come in really crisp at night. They've also got an RGB, so a color mode for during the day. And so the screen, I think, could be upgraded a bit, but again, you can see, you can take pictures, you can take HD video with it. It's not bad. So maybe we do a giveaway on these here in a little bit. And I'm guessing I'm going to leave that to Run Amok to remind me of that. Hold on one second. All right, so I told you I was going to warn you about some products. In fact, let me find out real quick where I got these from. Because, man, looking at them, I really liked them. I like the way they look. I like the. Let me go back to my previous orders here. I'm gonna need to go. Maybe that was 2023. Oh, so SZCO. Man, and if Pang's in here, he's gonna say, "You keep talking about that damn thing." I don't know. So I just saw it depends on how quickly my post comes through. I'm hoping it's almost instant. This thing I loved. I loved this knife. Oh, you know what? I wonder if, because I don't get a ding or an alert or anything. Let me see if I can add an alert. Can I add something here? I can add hearts and stuff. That's kind of cool. I'll need to figure out a chat thing. But I loved this machete. And here's the thing. Look at that. Oh, it's big, it's thick, it's got nice weight to it. And again, this is a company named SZCO. You can get these on Amazon. Now, the price difference between machetes is not huge. Um, Obviously, within any market, cars, trucks, everything, you've got your lower end models and you've got your higher end ones. Um, but I would say in the machete market, the average price of a machete, they're like $30. Um, you can find some for 1,000, but those, I don't know. I'm not getting one of those anyways. But look at how I tore this thing up. Yeah, you can see that. I was just hitting a piece of wood with it. Now, I went online but I love the way this thing looks and feels, and it feels great. And I chopped a lot of wood before I did that. Now, uh, I believe I made a video on this one where, oh, maybe I didn't. Maybe I haven't produced that yet. But I basically hit some I'm going to call it ironwood, but it was actually just a piece of oak. And it wasn't oak that was standing either. This oak was on the ground, dead and laying there, and I bent up my machete. So, before I get to my replacement, I'm going to show you another blade that I bought from this same company, SZCO. And I said I wouldn't get another one of these, but I may want to, just to see if it happens again. Be able to let you guys know, because like I said, I mean, the case isn't bad. I mean, it's a piece of canvas case. It's got a little strap to it. No bells and whistles, but I really like the handle. It feels like it's a solid tang throughout, just one solid piece of metal, and it feels great when you're using it. Now, the next thing I got from them, now I got it before I dented and banged up that last one. Yes, it's the Bully knife. And I apologize. I'm trying to look in the camera and my text over here. I should probably mount the camera somewhere over here. But yeah, it's the Bully knife. And the brown wood Bully machete. And I got to tell you, I love it. It feels good. And I like the shape of it. And it feels like an old scimitar or something. And like I said, I've hit hundreds, if not thousands, of pieces of wood with it. But it met its match. So, is that to say it's a bad product, or should I not be using a machete? Now, I realize most people that are using machetes, they're probably going through jungles. They're probably, it's going to cut right through corn stalks. It's going to cut right through probably bamboo. I say probably. And it's going to slice right through, a lot of those heavy, tall weeds and stuff where you're trouncing through forests or something like that. But maybe it's not meant to be used on firewood. However, I went up afterwards and looked up, should I not have used this to be cutting on oak? And every comment was saying, you should be able to use a machete on oak. So I'm going to leave it at that. I don't know for positive or not. That's what everyone was saying. And a lot of people were frowning upon this company. So the next one I got was, again, the same company. And let me see if I can show you the exact product. However, this sounds like a heavy knot, or possibly something that was stuck inside the wood. No. It was literally just like there were knots over here and over here. I'm cutting it right here, giving it a nice angle, and bam. It was the craziest thing. And again, I'll make a short video on it and show you. If not, I'll link it if I've already created it. I don't think I have yet. Now here's the kicker. So I bought this one and I loved it. I bought this blade. One, you guys know I'm opening a lot of products and stuff on here, and one of the things I wanted to do was have something that kind of gets the audience going. Why are you using that? Are you a moron or something? Really, because it's more for getting getting people to yap and just talk. Because as you can see, not getting the most comments in here. So, but this one comes with a nice little, again, just a little canvas sheath. And like the other one, all right, I'm going to show you what it should look like. Ooh, look at that bad boy. And I'll tell you, sharp, very sharp. Oh, you know what? Before I continue on this one, I want to tell you about that piece of wood, that ironwood that this thing met its match with. Last week I was out camping, and I hit that same piece with an axe that I have. Let me see if I have that here. Ah. All right, right here. Tony, why do you keep all the blades and stuff in your backpacks? Yeah, that's where I keep them. So, look at that. If you haven't watched the video, I was throwing this up in the air like a jackass, and I hit my finger and blew my finger up, which has repaired nicely. Literally, not even a cut on it. But I tore up that wood with this one. It was hard. This was having a problem with it. This didn't bend. This has no. I mean, there is not a dent, scratch, or anything. I mean, obviously it's dirty, but this thing is still super sharp. It was after I tore apart that wood where I was basically just, I wasn't throwing it high. I was just, like you'd flip a hammer or something, and it ended up just barely hitting me like that and blew my finger out. It's pretty funny, actually. But this thing took it apart. So I'm thinking if this can do it, then a machete should be able to as well. However, machetes are a lot thinner. This thing weighs, this feels like it's about 5 pounds or something, even for it being so small. Oh, it says right there, 26 ounces. What's that, 2 pounds? Less, pound and a half? I don't know. Not good at weights, maybe. But that thing's thick. It tore it apart, but it was giving it a challenge. Like that wood was having problems. So on this one, back to this one, good looking blade. It's sharp. Oh no, what happened there? Wonder if I can show you. I don't know if that's gonna come through. Let me see if I can get it to, like, it doesn't even, I don't, hold on. I'm not sure if you can even see it, but like the metal in there, it's not smooth. It doesn't even look like metal. It looks more like it's rough, like sand or something. Man, and this was disappointing because I really did like this knife, at least if nothing else, to be a letter opener. But I will say this thing came like ridiculously sharp. So like it just, I mean, really, really sharp. Wherever they're making these things, and I've gotten quite a few knives in the past that are just, I don't even understand how they get them that sharp. But again, if you want a super sharp letter opener, definitely recommend it. The only thing now with this thing, is that what it is? Overheated? Yeah, I don't know anything about forging, but my guess is like they weren't like folding the metal or anything. Maybe all they did was turned it into liquid, poured it into a mold, and then you got this. I don't know. But it definitely it doesn't even look like metal. Like it looks more like, graphite or something. It's really weird. It's just really the texture of it. It's definitely, there's no folds to it or anything. Um, you know, if I really wanted to show it to you, this camera's not going to do it, but I may have to take a picture of it and post it online with a better camera. But yeah, and all I was doing was I was batoning a piece of wood. Now I had it like this, and then I'm holding the handle and taking another log like that to go through the wood. And I think it was like a small branch too. And I hit it, bonk. This thing flew off. I think it went into my kneecap or something. No, not really. It just fell off. But again, you got to kind of watch out because that thing is ridiculously sharp as well. So I'm going to put this one back. But yeah, so I do have some knives that I really, really, really like. Let me see. Is that the last one? Okay, I've got one. Before we go into my pocket knives, let's take a look at what I just got as a replacement machete. Why do I need a machete when I have an axe, though? I don't know. Maybe just because I like knives and stuff. So here in a minute you're gonna see a few of these. So I got one from SOG, and I went with the kukri this time. If you don't know what kukris are, they are like the most. If you ever watch Naked and Afraid, and I've watched nearly all of them. I don't think I've seen all of them, but I've watched a ton of different seasons of them. The most brought blade or item rather is a kukri. Look at that bad boy. Now this one, it's made out of a different type of material. The other thing, with this knife, before I get to this, sorry, I'm kind of all over the place here. With this knife, when I first got it, you'd like just hit it, and it would go like it sounded like stuff was wiggling around in there, and it was supposed to be full tang. It might have been, but I don't know how they forged this like that, and it just falling apart like that. But I digress. So back to the SOG. Look at that bad boy. The saw on my other one isn't really a saw. This thing, I don't know if this camera does this justice. This is super ridiculously sharp. This is an actual saw. Oh yeah. Yeah, no, that's a knife. Okay, so he says if it's not heated correctly, such as overheated, the grain gets where it looks like sand and it breaks easily. Well, then that's exactly what they did, because that 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 last knife is garbage, and that's exactly what it looks like. Yeah. This one though, um, these, man, I wish they could do that justice. But these things are so incredibly sharp. There's two of them, like they're kind of offset a bit, but this one's gonna do me justice. I haven't even had a chance to use it yet, but on one of the next videos, I'm gonna go and beat down a bunch of trees with this, maybe make some kindling or whatever. But this one is incredible. I mean, it's got really nice balance to it. It's substantially lighter than my last machete that you saw, and this thing just feels really well made, as well as, like I said, it's got a functional saw in the back. So to be continued with this guy. The case feels a bit more, I mean, SOG is a gigantic company. They've been around forever. And if you're not familiar with SOG, I think most of our military contracts have a lot of SOG issued equipment. It's got that there. You tie that around your waist or thigh. Good stuff. And probably the last thing I'm going to talk about, at least for this evening, then I'll have to start gathering my next list or having to make videos on those guys. But these. How many of you guys use these? All right, hold on. Before I get back to this, we got a Lee Taylor in chat. Hi, Tony. First time watching you in live. You're very informative, and I enjoy your videos. I love a pair of binoculars. Keep up the great job you're doing. New fan. I'll keep watching. That's awesome. Thanks for joining. So we just put Taylor's hat and then name in the hat. So these. How many of you guys use these? Before I pull it out, do you guys know what this is? Not even going to say any more until I get a comment. Hopefully you guys know what this is. Probably already showed what it is. I'll do it in 10 seconds as soon as I get done taking a drink. Anybody, what is this? It's a pillow. You're right. All right, gang. I think I'm done using these. I think I've had about at least 10 of these over the years. Now they're great. Super tiny. Pull them open. Blow them up. However, the first time you use them, they're great. The second time you use them, they're great. If they last to the third time, you get the picture. So the point is, I've bought more of these than I care to. I think I've had maybe 10 of them. And when I buy something, I want it to last at least one season. They're not overly expensive. Nah. I do like those emergency bivvies though. But man, these pillows, the problem with there's multiple problems with these. One, I buy something, I want it to last. Again, if I can get 10 trips out of it, it's like $3 a trip. That's still probably too expensive for something like this because they're all, let me look up. Inflatable pillow. $20. You can get some as low as 17. That's probably good for 2 trips. But a lot of these, like I said, you get a few trips out of them and then they start losing air. I've made videos on how to repair these. But again, you're adding both more weight as well as you're just buying time with those. So I showed how to repair these with the silicone stuff. You just kind of squeeze it in there, let it sit, but then it probably doubles its weight. Maybe not quite double, but it does get quite a bit heavier. And then it's not a guarantee that it's going to last forever either. So I think I'm done with these. The other thing is, while they're great for hiking, as long as I'm not using my puff while I'm sleeping, I can always use that for a pillow. So what I've ended up doing, probably my last 3 hikes, instead of using my my backpack at the opposite end where I put my feet, and I always bring my backpack into my tent with me. Instead of putting my backpack at my feet, I'll put it closer to my head and then just kind of angle it to where it's not a giant lump, and then probably place my either my puff if it's not super cold out, because when it is super cold, I'm also sleeping in my puff because you can get cold spots, especially I've got kind of wide shoulders, so like anytime your fabric around your sleeping bag condenses, then that's gonna get a cold spot inevitably. So have another layer on and you're good. But if it's not super cold out, wad that thing up, put it behind your head, and you're good to go. Also, I usually have Beanie with me. I can make a little tiny pillow. It's not horrible. Um, but let's see. Again, looks like your posts are coming through slow. Let's do a test real quick. Post something right now, and I'm going to tell you as soon as I see it. And we're gonna give this thing a test. And then you're gonna tell me how many seconds it took for me to respond. Oh, if you're still talking about a blade, that was a long time ago. And now I've got chats going on both because I would like now. You just said now. So how long between when you said now and I said now? I'm hoping it's no more than 4 or 5 seconds. It shouldn't be too slow. But I am wondering if when you say it, I say it, and then you hear it, that's probably another. I mean, that could be another 30 seconds if there's a delay. I currently don't have a delay on my 35 seconds between when you said it and when I said it. Wow. That's a good amount of time. So but I assure you, as soon as I saw it, I said something. So that's a slow delay. Maybe we need to find another platform. All right. Let's see, what else do I got here? I'm gonna try to get out camping. So that's the last of these product reviews we're gonna do for right now. I am gonna try to get out to go camping as soon as it cools off a bit. It's got to be below 60 degrees for me to have a good time. And a lot of times I'm filming, probably up to 5-6 videos each time. And if it's too warm, I have to worry about ticks are bad. You don't want to get Lyme disease, but snakes, just tons of bugs and bees and stuff like that. So, but it should be getting cooler here in the next little bit. Like I said, right now here in Texas, it's 76 degrees today, which is way too hot. So, at least for me, I'm out there. I'm trying not to die in the heat while I'm filming. I know you guys are probably like, dude, it's 76 degrees out. Yeah, you got a fire going, trying to eat and everything. That gets warm, okay? At any rate, got lots of new content coming, and let me know. In fact, Run Amok, I wish I had it 50s around here, but that's hot for the end of December. It's 50 degrees in Ohio. Like that's redonkulous. I've been to Ohio. I used to hang out in Columbus a little bit, and used to get tons of snow. That's crazy. But let me know. Oh, awesome. You're Canadian. That's awesome. Oh, you guys are in the 50s as well? Man, hopefully it'll start getting cooler. But yeah, like I said, I'm going to be going out to do more. Ooh, crap. Sorry. Just had things. I will need to see. So Lee Taylor, I'm not saying you will not win, but being in Canada, you may have to float the bill for shipping if you win. I'll tell you what, I am going to figure out the best, most fairest way to have a drawing or something. And since my viewer audience right now is pretty low, everyone has a great chance of winning because I'm sure a lot of people don't even want them. At any rate, so I've got right now. I've only got you two. In fact, Run Amok. Did you even want those, or is Lee the only person that wanted the night vision googles? What's going on here? All right. Let me hold on. Yeah, this will be a little fun. And then what I'll have to do so Lee, if you win, you're paying for shipping, buddy. Okay, so let me see here. I'm gonna put it into a beanie, and we'll see who wins. Give me just a second to figure out a couple pieces of paper here. All right, if you want your name in for the goggles, and again, these are the GT Media N4 night vision goggles. Just put a 1 in chat, or just say add me or whatever. And luckily for you guys, there's literally only a few people in here right meow. How come none of my pens work? I've just tried like 6 different pens and none of them work. I got a big bullet in here. All right, now this is getting stupid. I probably ought to quit throwing them back into my desk here. Okay, here we go. All right, we got Run Amok. Yeah, you could go UFO watching, drone watching. All right, so and you guys are gonna watch it, so you guys know there's no funny business here. All right, so we've got Run Amok. Let's hear it for the toys with a me. Lee Taylor obviously already told me. And I feel so bad that Cosby Fish isn't in here. Okay, so that's 3 so far. Yeah, man. Yeah, those drone sightings over Jersey are crazy. We've had a bunch here in Texas. All right, so here we go. And I love that stuff. Hey, I absolutely love aliens and stuff. So let's hope they are. So I'm gonna turn the lights on. So we know there's no funny business. So this is my little my beanie here. Let's see. How can I put this? I want to do it in a cup. All right. So we've got. Dang it! How can I show everything here? Maybe I can lower my camera. Put it up higher. Okay. Isn't exactly the greatest, but you guys will see what I'm doing. All right. So this is Lee Taylor. I squeezed it into a little ball and bonk right there. Let's hear it for the toys. Bonk. Run amok. Oh, I only had one in. Sorry, brother. And bonk. Okay. You guys can see there's 3 little pieces of paper in my hat here. Give it a nice. All right. You can see I shook them up. Did one of them fall out? No. Okay. So I shook them up, and there are 3 pieces of paper in there. And just so you know, I'm going like this. I pulled one out. And for the winner, are we ready? Hold on to your hats. Let's see who this is. Lee Taylor! You're the winner of some night vision, GT Media Infor night vision goggles, which you can use to look at drones, UFOs, or whatever. However, you're Canadian, so I'm going to have to figure out a way to get these shipped to you. Can I ship? I think I can. You might have to float the shipping. Boom. At any rate, gang, so congratulations, Lee. Welcome to the channel. Hopefully you'll stick around and join. I'm doing these things all the time. Or I will start doing them all the time. Sounds like Run Amok had fun, at least with this content tonight. And so, yeah, congrats, Lee. That's awesome. And for these other ones, we will throw them away. All right. So I've got some other stuff to do. So I want to thank you guys for joining and hanging out with me tonight. And Run Amok, do me a favor. Figure out what our next content is or what I need to talk about. And we'll see you guys later. Thanks for joining, gang.